What's up, guys? So, hey, I checked in with Mark Savage before his 24-hour motocross world record attempt. He's going to ride on a motocross track and get the most laps in 24 hours. He used to have the record. Somebody beat it. Now, Mark wants it back. So, I'm going to Thailand at the end of August, early September to document this, watch this, and just kind of check out Thailand. This is a wild thing to attempt, and I'm going to give Mark credit. Anyone who goes out there, has a dream, and makes it happen. So many people talk trash about people when they take a risk. I will give Mark credit. He is taking a risk and going for it. And for that, I'm stoked and glad that he made me a part of it. You guys know the sponsors: Coach Rob Podcast, Epic Garage Designs, Ride Strapped, and Precision Transport. Please support my sponsors. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to join as a member, that helps a ton too. I'm building up some memberships, and I want to keep doing this media thing and take it to the next level. And the memberships help a lot. So thank you guys who've already joined. I got a lot of you guys, and I really, really appreciate it. And I'll be doing special giveaways. And a lot of times when I do interviews, I'm going to drop them for members maybe a week or two before everybody else. So that's one of the things you're going to get. Thanks, guys. Let's get into this.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So I got Mark Savage. You guys remember Mark? Mark's the world record attempter in Thailand, and he's flying me and my buddy Jameson over there. And you have winners already. People have won, correct?
Yeah, we got two. One guy, Xavier, I think his name was, Germany. The other guy's name, Derek, and he's from Cape Town in South Africa, I believe.
Nice. So all you guys who gave me crap and said this is a scam, well, there's two guys getting a free ticket to Thailand. I'm going. So Mark, I want to thank you. I cannot wait. We're talking 5 weeks out. So this is the 24-hour attempt. Like that's, I mean, I can't even imagine I can't imagine walking a track for 24 hours. How are you feeling?
I feel good, really good. Actually, I feel really good because the last 2 weeks, I was actually crook, feeling sick. I think I got the Cooksey flu over the TV, and then I couldn't do anything for best part of a week. I just had a head cold and just felt shit, but got over that. And then we've had a massive amount of rain here, like for a week straight. It just hasn't stopped. So it's all good. It's part of the deal. I'd rather it rain now than when the event comes around. We do have a backup day for the event, like 2 days after, or up to 2 days after, where I can just do it at any time, and it doesn't really affect anyone's plans. We've got, like obviously with you guys coming, and then we've got people coming from Australia, from the very, very centre of Australia. They're coming out, and we just try and make it so that everybody's, one, be a part of the event, and two, make sure we get the record. But we'll smash the record. Yeah, I could nearly do it now, I think, just with my eyes closed. So my goal is by 8 o'clock in the morning to have it done.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you sent a little clip that said you're crooked, I'm like, I had to what is he talking? Oh, he means sick.
Yeah. The guys, the other two guys, I've been in contact with them. They're both keen to come out, and you're coming out, and Jamo, and yeah, it'll be awesome. So I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to getting it done, and it's the first step, in the 3 records. So yeah.
Well, and like I said, I'm still. You know how I feel about the distance jumping. It scares the crap out of me. I know you think you've got it dialed in, but I'm sorry, that's too far and too fast. It scares me, bro.
Nah, it'll be good. You're actually going to see the ramp. We're going to unveil the ramp at the 24-hour. We're going to make that a bit of a thing as well.
What else is happening? Any sponsors? No, you're going to give away some seat covers today?
Yeah, Nithrone seat covers. So I don't know if people are aware of them, but most of the top Aussie freestyle riders actually run these gripper seat covers, but plenty of motocross as well. They're awesome, absolutely awesome seat covers. So if you want to draw out 3 numbers between 1 and 100, we'll give it to those people, whoever those ticket holders were. I don't have. I've got my phone on now doing this, so I can't tell you exactly who they are straight away. But I'll do it in the next video. I'll tell you who won them. So yeah.
Well, if you want to email it to me or whatever, this is not live, so it's live, but I post it a little bit later. If you want to get it to me, I'll add them at the end so they'll know. So I'm going to go with, and I don't have a randomizer, but I'm going to go with my racing numbers. Number 61.
61.
The year I raced Loretta Lynn, since that's next week, I'm going to go with 43. And then
1943 was it? Yeah, that sounds about right.
It was 1989.
Right, yeah.
And then the third number we're going to go with, I don't know if you watch American football, Pat Tillman, played for Arizona State. He was killed in Iraq. When he left the NFL to go serve his country, he was number 40 at Arizona State. So third number 40. So 61, 43, 40.
61, 43, and 40 done. Righto. So these Nithrone seat covers, you can get them customized. You can have your name on them and everything. They're mint, mate.
But I'll tell you what, a good seat cover is so underrated. The gripper seat, I could not ride without a gripper seat cover. You use less arm, you grip. I always use a seat bump too.
I'm not much with a seat bump. I find it a bit intrusive, actually. But the gripper seat is everything, though, for hanging on. You're right. And, especially with these 450s nowadays, they hook up so well. And, exit and turns, to even be able to stay up the front of the bike, it's...
Yeah, I like the seat bump because it reminded me. I mean, maybe when I was learning how and getting my style down, my dad used to tape a wrench onto the seat. So I knew, I'm like, and this is way better than a wrench. So...
Yeah, no, I don't want one of them going up your ass, but yeah. But no, mate, I'm really looking forward to it. It seems like it's dragged on forever, if that makes sense. And, I've had so many dickheads giving me so much shit. I just can't, I want to get it done so I can at least start the first part of this process, if that makes sense, and knock a few back into their, sorry, can't say C word on Americans. I'll get upset. Sorry, people. Get a few of these people to go, hey, we're going to get them done, mate. It's Mark, as simple as that.
Like I told you before, dude, you see what people say to me. Like, it is what it is. People are going to sit at home and say whatever they want. They're not the ones taking the risks, putting themselves out there. So yeah, screw those people. You know what?
I find it really funny though that people will knock you when you're coming on to TV and you're putting yourself out there and they're giving you shit. And did they think that we were trying to do this to make ourselves look like the biggest dickheads ever? You know what I mean? In front of public, and would I spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that a lot of people don't even have that amount, to go on a holiday, let alone fly people around the world they don't know and stuff like that, So it shits me a bit, but yeah, I get to prove them wrong. Happy days.
And I'll say this, I commend you. No matter what, it takes balls to get an idea, follow through, and make it happen. You're doing more than 99% of people, dude. So I'm excited. Yeah. I'm glad you made me a part of it, and I can't wait to be there. And
no, I can't wait for you to see Thailand, mate. Honestly, you're going to need to do 3 shows about your trip in Thailand, because we're going to take you. We'll get the record done the first week when you're here. It's going to be pretty boring for you in the sense that you'll be able to look around at the markets and shit like that, and you'll really enjoy that. Get used to eating superb meals that cost $2. And get a bit of a culture, understand the culture, check out how bad they drive here in Asia. It's wonderful. And then once we get the record done, we're going to let the hair down a bit, and we'll frequent some very shady places, and you'll have a lot. So that'll be good.
I don't know about that. See, I'm not that big of a partier these days, and I've been warned about ladyboys in Thailand. I'm like, I'm just going over there. I don't want to.
Yeah. Hands and shoulders. Hands, shoulders, and feet. You can pick them a mile away.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'll tread lightly over there, and I'm gonna just have a good time. I got to keep an eye on my buddy Jameson.
I promise you guys, we'll just go home and go, nah, we're coming back. I promise you, yeah. Were just talking like we were just talking about the cost of things, just it's such a well-organized country. The people are so beautiful, and you'll be walking around when you get back to the US going Sonic Cup, and all this sort of stuff. You'll just pick up on it like this, and the people are the nicest people in the world. They call it the land of smiles. So it's hard to describe how peaceful and respectful every single person you walk past in the street will bow to you and say hello, and they genuinely care. It's wonderful.
That sounds amazing. That's not something we have a lot of going on these days. It's pretty divisive over here with our elections and everything. It's about as divisive as it's ever been, and I wish it wasn't, but it is what it is. I think we'll get through it.
It's a shame. It really is. I'll tell you what I did watch yesterday was if anyone hasn't been on his show, I love golf. I'm a typical moto guy. I love golf as well. Donald Trump played a round of golf with Bryson DeChambeau on his channel, and they were trying to break 50, the score of 50, and they played off the women's tees. It's the first time I've ever seen Trump without trying to push an agenda or telling everyone how great he is. He was literally asking questions about his putting stroke, and he was just a different Trump to what I've ever seen. And like, even though I lean, I'm a right side of politics sort of guy, and I would take, Trump over whoever's going to be in there now. If Trump told me it was raining outside, I'd still go and check for myself because I wouldn't believe him, Just to see the guy in an environment where he wasn't standing up giving some bullshit speech about how great he is, it was actually a bit of an eye opener. So Bryson DeChambeau on his channel, it's a really good episode actually.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. And then and he's a big UFC fan, and I know a lot of people around the UFC who have met him, and they say that. They all say that about him. They say what you kind of see, it's not really real. And he gets so much crap from so many people. And I will say this, you find out what someone's made of when it hits the fan. And for a bullet to buzz his ear and for him to jump up and say fight, maybe it's not the smartest thing to do, but there's two responses when that happens. You cower or you fight. And dude, you can't fake that. People, you can say it's fake. It was not. That was his authentic reaction, and that's the guy I want to lead that's willing to do that.
Our politicians in Australia are just a bunch of cunts. They don't want to stand up for us. They just more interested in looking good at somewhere else in the world, with sending money to some place that we've never even heard of, and yet we've got people, cost of living pressures and all the rest of it, and they don't give a rat's ass. But anyway, I don't want to get political.
People will already complain about it.
But it's going to rain again today. I'm looking outside now there, and it's going to be a wet one. So I'll stay inside and maybe chase a bride around a bit, I think.
All right, Mark. Well, hey, you're looking trim. I'm excited to come out there, and then keep me posted.
All my shirts are way loose now, so
I know, right? What's the longest moto you've done?
Oh, I can back-to-back 50-minute motos all day long, no problem at all. Yeah.
And that's at what speed? Like 60%, 70%?
No, probably 70%. And all you do is stop, have a 10-minute break, rehydrate, go again. Yeah, someone will fuel my bike up, and yeah, not a problem at all.
So when you do the 24 hours, what percentage do you think you'll be riding it?
Well, I've got to keep my heart rate low enough. So I've got to keep my heart rate under 150 beats a minute because of my age. That's like about 85% of my heart rate. I'm currently doing the motos. I'm doing 2-minute 40 lap times. The track's what would have been miles? It's just over 2 kilometers long, so it's still a fair length of track. Yeah, so I'm doing that in about a 2-minute 45 lap time, and I barely break. I mean, it's humid here all the time, anyways, but I barely break a sweat. My heart rate's running about 140, so like a brisk walk, if that makes sense.
Now, are you wearing like a Garmin and watching your heart rate while you're training? Are you watching your resting heart rate? Oh, dude, I love it. So you've been listening to Coach Rob. Coach Rob has preached, and I've watched that. I live by my heart rate. I can tell what's going on with my body at all times. And you got that certain pace that you can maintain for a long time. And if you cross that threshold, you cook.
Yeah, and you can't get it back down because I'm doing such long stretches. In 50 minutes, I can't get it back down, if that makes sense. So even if you have a little bit of a moment, in a rut, or a rock tears out of the back of the berm or something, and you have that, I nearly went arse over. But if you ride too slow, it's actually harder than riding. How would I describe my pace? My pace is like if you went to a brand new track and you roll around the track the first lap and had a bit of a look at it, and then the next lap you put down sort of a quicker lap, if that makes sense, and then by the third or fourth you ride into it. But so I'm probably riding like that. So yeah,
fast enough to really stay to where you pay attention and focus, but not slow enough.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to stay focused. And the other thing that I'm really looking forward to with the team event happening is just having someone else on the track with me, and a different person every 20 minutes. We're going to swap those riders out every 20 minutes. So every 3.5 hours, they'll be basically all getting a ride. Once just riding with someone different on the track, because you can yell out and hear them, and it's not like there's 40 guys. So
and then
it's really good.
When you do this for 24 hours, can you download that heart rate data? Because I want to share with people what you're going through the whole time. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we will be able to. I mean, if I do 4 or 5 hours now, it doesn't straight. It won't. It doesn't change. It just sits there.
I
I
just
can
want to be
even.
able to share that with people because I think the heart rate and keeping track of your fitness through that, it's so good. And I can't believe how
Yeah.
many people and top tier athletes don't even track their heart rate. I'm like, are you crazy?
Yeah, I'll be able to do that. I think no problem. You'll be there as well too to be able to see physically, like because we're starting at lunchtime. The last time I did, I started at like 10 in the morning, and I think this way it's a little bit smarter. I'm going to try and sleep in as much as I can, and not even get out of bed until 9 o'clock, sort of thing. Roll off to the track. The first sort of 5 hours will be ordinary because you're going to be standing out there going, "Holy Christ, it's hot as balls." You know what I mean? Like, because it is. It's hot here. And then when the evening comes, it feels so refreshing. It's still 25 degrees. So what's that? About 75 or 80 degrees at night. Um, but there should be a breeze, and I'm just going to rip it through the night and try and have it all done by about 8 a.m. in the morning, and then the last 4 hours, that's basically that's laps just to make no one want to try this again, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're hoping to pad the record at that point. Nice.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So, okay. All right, brother. Keep up the training. You look good, my friend.
Thank you, and thank you to all the people that have sent some support, and it's really appreciated. So yeah.
And they can still do that, right? For the jumps, if they want to come out for that.
Yeah, you can do the jumps. I wasn't taking anything for the jumps beforehand. I just wanted to do the 100 tickets for the 24 hour, and then we reached that last week. And then I said, look, I'm not taking any more. A couple of people had contacted me, and I said, no, I'm not taking any more. So we'll just go from there.
You won't let people, if they just want to donate to the cause, even if they know they're not winning.
I think if we did that, I think we'd probably give it to someone, maybe some of the kids or something around here. Or I did an interview with a newspaper last week, local newspaper, and explained to them about my motocross academy we're trying to set up here. So I'm trying to set up an academy where there's 66 million people here, right? And they all grow up on bikes, which you will see. They're on scooters from the age of 2 years old. They're hanging on the back of a bike. But most of the people are poor. So there's very wealthy or very poor. It's one or the other. And then I just want to be able to provide, we've got Stasics here already now, trying to get 65s, 85s, 125s and 250Fs so that we can give people the opportunity to ride motocross and see if they've got any sort of talent. If they have, I'd like to sponsor them, and see where we can take it. So yeah, we could donate something, if we wanted, we could put something into that cause and into the park. And the other thing we're trying to do with the motocross school is try and get people to come here and ride. So like people in Europe where it's freezing cold for 6 months of the year, it's so cheap to live here. Come and live here for 3, 4, 5 months. There'll be bikes here, ride your ass out, do your training and everything, and then go back and start your race season,
Yeah, what better place to come train in the heat and a beautiful area? Yeah, no, that's you might be onto something there, Mark. So you might be. I appreciate what you're doing.
Wonderful part of the world.
Okay, all right, brother. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you, guys.